So maybe Madam Eftaw, you should start with introduction.
Salawat. This is Malam Ibrahim. He's one of you.
No, you don't have to say that.
This is Sheikh Mikdad. He's
Sheikh
in
Mikdad.
Shukbu. This is Sheikh Abdullahi Berindi. He's an erudite scholar and he's from the Afonja family of Ilora.
Jagora.
This is Malam Masood Adekojo. He's one of the strong brothers from Ibadan. Okay, this is Sheikh Sharif. Sheikh Sharif is the personal bodyguard of Sheikh Berindi, and he is also the person that takes care of his life and his drugs.
Allah does that. Allah does that.
Bismillah, sorúkọ yín sá. Láti ìlú Ọ̀fà. Okay, ṣí ɗan Ọ̀fà ne Musliudeen. Bismillah.
Muhammad Kasim Abdulsalam Oloba láti ìlú Ọ̀ṣun Ẹdẹ.
Ṣùgbọ́n bó lẹ dé sísè.
Zaria City.
To, madalla. Shi cikin ƴan uwa na Zaria ne, amma mutumin Ẹdẹ ne a Ọ̀ṣun State. Malam Bashiru Zakariya yana cikin manyan ƴan uwanmu a Ilori. Ga Malam Salu Alfazazi daga Owerri. Yana cikin jinin limanci a Ibadan. In fact, babansu ya sauka limanci sannan aka nada baba a Bauta Mokekere. Amma shi yana limanci ne a Owerri.
Owerri yake limanci?
A Owerri cikin community din Yarbawa a Owerri. Ga Fatima Zakariya. Ga kuma Fatima Ahmad ita daga Lagos take. To ga sister Ejema Binu Ebron Militi Rukori. Yawa ita diyan Sheikh Berindi ne. Da matan Sheikh Berindi za ta zo to an hana ta dama wurin aiki shi ta ce diyanta ta wakilta. Yawa to Hajiya Rizkat ita ma cikin ƴan uwa ne na ainihin Ilori. To ni suna na Miftahu. Sorry. Bismillah.
Ni kuma suna na Shehu Muhammad daga
Dandumi. Amma dan asali
dan Ogbomoso ne.
Orúkọ mi ni Suleiman Muhammad ṣùgbọ́n Dandumi da ake.
Su biyu din nan Dandumi suke amma mutanen Ogbomoso ne. Malam Nuruddin Umidiji haifaffen ɗan Ibadan ne yana cikin babban ƴan uwa na Ibadan.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Sheikh Abdulrahim láti Ìlọrin àmọ́ Kaduna mo gbé.
So shi ma daga Ilori yake amma mazaunin Kaduna ne.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد
صل على محمد
وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سما بقية الله سيد الأصل والزمان أرواحنا روح فدا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. First of all, I have to start by welcoming you all to, what would I say for, for a special call you have made, and apologize for troubling you too much. We come from different parts of southwestern part of the country. And also when you came here, we were also busy with other engagements. Thank you very much for all the trouble you have taken to come all the way from different parts to pay us a visit. It has been long overdue because we are now almost six months. It is 6 months, not almost. If it is judged by our own this lunar calendar, we know we came out on the day of Gadir, 18th of Zulhijjah, and today is what is the date? Today is 22nd, is it? 22nd of Jumada Athania. So it is 6 months and even 4 days. A lunar calendar. So we met with some different group of people from different parts. Last week, like at this time, we met with people from around Kogi and Niger states, mostly from Igala area of Kogi state, and from some people also from Mina and Bida area in Niger state. Not all people from the states anyway. And earlier on, as you might see, we have met with so many people. Just last week, we had the celebration of birthday of Sayyidat Nisa'il Alami, Sayyidah Fatima al-Zahra, and we have many other gatherings. So I know the call of Islamic movement has reached different parts of this country and beyond. You know, in fact, when people target Islamic movement in Nigeria, other people say that they are part of it. They can't believe that it's that the one Nigeria should be part of it. People from Ghana, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Senegal, they say, well, why do you say in Nigeria it is not just Islam movement in Africa, even beyond? Islam movement is just simply Islam movement. We always say the Islam movement is not a name of an organization. It is an idea. Whoever is making a move towards the restoration of Islamic glory on the earth is part of Islam movement. Now, what we mean by restoration of Islamic glory is once upon a time, Islam controlled the whole world. East and west, south and north. Then it so happened that a destructive power came from the west and conquered the Muslim world and divided it into nation states. It all patterned and after the Western idea, and Islamic control became a thing of the past. It became history. One day, inshallah, by the grace of Allah, the same glory will come back. And sometimes, I don't know, there was a time I said some people think it is impossible. They even say it openly. They say it is impossible. It is not. You are not living in the 18th century. Hey, this is what is this? This is 22nd century.
22nd century.
This is the 22nd century. You're not living in those centuries when you are able to control the world. So, okay, why the fear? I was given an example one day, at one time at Ayamba in the university. I said, you are the people who are near Benue River, and your main job is fishing. Suppose somebody came and said he will remove all the water from Benue River and Niger River so that you lose the fish. So he came and started, fetching the water with bucket and throwing it out. I say, I will remove all the river so that you will get no fish. Will you fear? We say, oh, this man will, look at how he's trying to, using bucket trying to remove all the water. If you don't kill him, one day there will be no major river. You do care? You will only laugh at him and say, go ahead. you are even supposed to pity him. Because he's doing the impossible. As it's fetching the water of his bucket and pouring it out, it will come back to the same river, isn't it? He will only waste his time. There's no time he will remove the whole water in the river. So you don't have to fear. Now somebody came and said, this nation will go back to Islamic system. And he said, impossible. Okay, if it is possible, leave me. That means he is a madman. Yes. He's calling for AI, what you can never be possible. Allow him to call. Call and call. Why all the fear? Why attack? Why the imprisonment? Why the kill? Is it not because they think that it is possible? They know it is possible. That's the fear. That's why the fear. In the same way, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he started to call in Mecca, why all the hysteria, all the, what they were having full control of Mecca. They have so many gods, right? About 360 gods inside Kaaba. So and so many around, and so there are so many gods to the extent that every family has, apart from the gods of the towns, they have the gods of the family. Even an individual will have his own god in his own country. So this man came and said there's only one God. So you who have so many gods, why do you have fear? After all, his God is only one. Why all the fear? Why all the persecution? Because they know for sure what this man is saying is truth. And one day, all those so-called gods will be vanished. They know very well. And that is the end of the control of the people, because they no control people by telling that these gods will strike you if you don't do as we say. You know, they wouldn't say they are the gods themselves. They say the gods told them. You know, those who speak on behalf of so-called, those gods do not speak. They don't say anything. In fact, they make the gods themselves with their own hands. So they are even better than the gods. But they think that, they strike fear on the people and tell them that these gods pursue danger. And if you don't give tax and pay tax, so that they will accuse the gods, there will be calamity. And then when those taxes are collected, who will benefit? Is it the stone or the wooden god? Is the man who is in control. Now the man who is in control will now lose if people turn to worship the Almighty Allah. And that's why they did not agree. You understand what I'm saying? In the same way, today if you say we have to go back to Islam, so, it means our control, we will lose our control. Isn't it? That's all the fear. If you think it is impossible, you don't have to fear anything. After all, we are not saying that if you don't accept what we are saying, we are going to hit you. We didn't say that. And we are not holding even a stick. We are just talking. Why the fear? Because people will change. And I remember when this same Buhari man was military man, he overthrew Jagora when I was in prison. I was in Enugu prison. When I came out, virtually 6 months after coming out, I was arrested. And during the interrogation, they said, the man who was interrogating was shouting, "You have written letters to university lecturers asking them to overthrow government." You know, I have written a letter to all Muslim lecturers in the country. I was telling them that You as university, as academicians, you know the problem. And so many people do not know the problem, but you are in a position to know. And you have a lot of ample time because no one has spare time like you have. So you have the time to educate the people about what is the solution. People know the problem, but they do not know the solution. That was the content of my letter. It's a 1-page letter, not 2-page. And so this man was saying, you have written letters to lecturers, Muslim lecturers in the country, asking them to overthrow the government. Then I would say, overthrow the government? How? With a chalk or with a pen? So he kept us. How will they overthrow the government? With chalk? You know what? The lecturers, what do they have? Chalk. Is it with chalk or with a pen? Then he said, well, but you are instigating them, asking them to change their mind. I said, but that's good. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? You are talking, and that talk makes sense. What is wrong with that? They say you have to keep quiet. You have to keep quiet. The same way what they're asking us to is to keep quiet. And then let them do whatever they do, and not only to keep and to support them in whatever they are doing. Well, as you see, we have passed through different stages of tests, and this has been the worst. I don't know what they can do, whether they can do worse than what they did. I don't know. I can't imagine worse than what they did. These people went to the extent of not only shooting people with bullets. They shoot human beings with RPGs. Weapons meant for war between nations, between two armies, and they were shooting at people who were armless people. They were shooting at men, women, and children. And they burned people alive. They put diesel on people and then burned them alive. They also buried people alive. They set a house ablaze. When we were inside our house, they set the house ablaze and they were throwing grenades inside to make sure they made sure that there was no living thing inside the house. But Almighty Allah, who saved Ibrahim alayhi salam from the fire of Namrud, they were surprised they were seeing and were alive. One of the soldiers was asking, how are you? How did you manage to live in that fire? Which everything melted. I said, well, everything melted, but God so will. We were alive. Not only were alive, even those they killed, a lot of them were not even burnt. They remained intact, as if they were sleeping. They also went to the extent of even excavating graves of those Matthias earlier killed by Jonathan. And they spent about over 1 month in the graveyard. I don't know what will be worse than that. What will be worse than that? Mass murder of men, women, and children. Well, all to know. Instead of the boys to die, the boys roll within the country and beyond. And you have the reaction of people in different parts of the world. In India, it was mentioned, you know, when it was said that the Prime Minister of India was asking, why do they disturb this Zakzaki? Release him now. Which province is giving him? He was thinking that Zakzaki was in India. So no, he was in somewhere away from, in Africa, in Nigeria. So he was thinking that he was in India because in one day they said there was demonstration in 55 different towns in India.
Salawat.
People who didn't know about the call of the movement, now they knew about it. And even when we went to India for treatment, they frustrated, this government went and frustrated the airport. Then the demonstration of the Indian people forced them to immediately abruptly return us, because they didn't know those people, these Indians, they would even go to the exam or even breaking the hospital by reaching us. They could do it. So they abruptly they took us back without treatment. They went and frustrated everything. Everything was arranged by our doctors there, but they did not even allow the doctors to see us. Yeah, at one time they allowed them to come into the hospital. Then they were given instruction that, well, the operations will not be in conjunction with you. Will only give you information, which means they will not be there inside the theater to know what they are doing. So they have their own plans, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called their plan, and they return us abruptly. Well, in the same way, we are still having health issues. So alhamdulillah, the same God who kept us alive all these years is keeping us. We thank God for that. I know every area they have their own peculiar, what will I say, situations, I would say. Last time we were speaking with Igala people, they were complaining of language, and so I was telling them the language is no longer a barrier these days. I was giving them an example with Imam Khomeini. Imam Khomeini was speaking special language, but we all know what he was saying, because it's been translated to different languages which other people will understand. So language is no longer a barrier. I know here we always speak Hausa. We speak Hausa because majority of people here are Hausa speaking. But the same Hausa could be translated in different languages, isn't it? I was giving them example with, you see sometimes when some people are given talk, including some lessons, someone will be by the side giving same sign for the deaf. So deaf also are not left behind. Even in Husseiniya, we are having an event in Husseiniya. We collect all the deafs deaf in one area, and someone will be translating to them with a symbol. So how much more when someone who could not understand the language? Translation can be made. So you in your own area, when you will be speaking to people in the language they understand. Also, not only the language they understand in terms of saying Yoruba, even the idea they can assimilate. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَسُولٍ إِلَّا بِلِسَانِ قَوْمِهِ لِيُبَيِّنَ لَهُ. Allah Ta'ala is saying, we have not sent any messenger except with the tongue of his people, so that he will explain to them. So we are saying the tongue of the people does not mean just language. It also means the idea they can assimilate. There are some ideas which is peculiar to your own situation. Yeah, you have to, you know your situation better than others, and you know how you can speak to your own people, and how they can understand you. The same message, you have, maybe in the same way a teacher will teach small children. He will come down to their own level, as if he himself is a child, so that he can teach them. So also if they are in the nursery, he will go down and become so small boy himself. He will be behaving like a small boy, and the children will be laughing. And that's how we can teach them. Otherwise, they cannot. If we will give them lecture as university lecturer, they will understand nothing.
Yes.
In the same way, if you are speaking with people, you know their mentality, you know how they can understand. You speak to them in the way they can understand, not only the tongue, but even the idea. which can, and you know, your peculiar area, even in the same, in different areas, you know, even for example, what you can tell town people will be different from what you will tell to village people. You have to bring your mind to the level of village mentality, so that a village man can understand you. So you have to take the same message in the same way. That's the meaning, the language of the people. So, but the message is simple. We say it's simple. We are created by someone. And that someone who created us is someone who created us a giver. He placed us on us for a purpose. And that purpose is we should live according to what he tells us. That's the meaning of being Viceger, Khalifa. We are not here to, we are not the owners of us, as those who rebel think that they are the owners. We are people who surrender to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I waiting for Allah to say, what shall you do? And then we will obey. And he has already sent messenger with the message. And the messenger has done his job, has delivered the message. And the message is with us. And it remains for us to put the message into practice. Yes, that's a simple thing. We are created by him. He has placed us on the earth for the purpose. We have to live up to that purpose. Whether we do it or not, this life is not the end of the life. There will be another one. And we will be asked on how we conduct ourselves here. You will be asked on every word we utter, and everything we see, and every movement we do will be answerable to it. And after the judgment, there's reward and punishment. There's a place for reward, and there's a place for punishment. God Almighty has paradise, and he has hellfire. In the hellfire, it is life. Some people think that people will be cast into fire and they will be buying their firewood. No, it is life. There will be food, there will be clothes, there will be houses in hellfire, but all that is for not for enjoyment. In the paradise, it will be life also. There will be everything. But everything will be for enjoyment. That's it. And that's the real life. In the akhirah today, the here high one. That's life. That's real. That one will be forever. Not this life temporary, which is only a matter of some tens of years. How many tens? How many tens? If 10 times 7, you are 7, after 70 years, 80 years. So above 80 is old man, Agwalaga. 90 is, some above 90 people will even forget him. So if he's a politician, nobody is talking to him again. Nobody cares about above 90. It's now a patient. Above 100, how many? Between 80 and 100, life here is a matter of tens of years, not hundreds, not hundreds. But the hereafter is not tens, it's not hundreds, it's not thousands, it's not hundreds of thousands, it's not millions, it's not billions, it's not trillions, it is infinity. It's infinity. And that life, you will live it, judging by how you live this life. How do you spend this short life? That's how we will determine how we will spend on this endless life. So you see, this life is very important. Very, very important. Because this is the place you sow what you will reap in the hereafter. And it's so short. It's so short. You don't have to wait. And how much more when you have no guarantee? How many years you will live? No guarantee. Who has guarantee? No guarantee. Do you have a guarantee that you have to live old? No. After all, even if you are going to live old, you have to, as much as possible, try to use your life when you have the ability. Because when you get old, you will be weak. You don't wait for until later in the year, later in your own life. It is now. So we don't have to wait. I know some people say, "No, look, you see, you are taking it too far. This life is it cannot be possible now. Wait until when we are strong." Okay, you wait until we are. So we will go in, and whether we get strength or not, but we will live up to what we can do until we finally come to raise our last. You don't have to wait. Now, there's no time for you to wait. This is the time. So, Alhamdulillah, I know the message has been is stronger in the north. People tell us, why is it that your activities are stronger in the north? They say, look, it is not a matter of policy. It is a matter of reality. Most of the Muslim people are in the north. That's the only thing. It's not because by matter of policy we say, no, we are not going to go to the south. No. It is because the majority are here in the north. That's why you see it stronger in the north. But we have some presence in the south as well, particularly in the southwest, where I understand that most of the Yorubas are Muslims. About 2/3. Am I right?
60-70%.
Oh, yeah, 2/3, I even more, maybe, are Muslims. Alhamdulillah. It's only maybe where we may be weak, will be in the southeast, where you have less Muslims. But even there also, to some extent, that the message goes there as well. I know there are some people who are calling for partition of the country into different parts. During detention of Mr. Buhari, when he was military man, we were detained in what do they call interrogation center in Lagos. It's a sort of security prison where you wouldn't know day and night. I was there for about from December to March. I was there for 3 months. From December 84, early December to sometime in March 85. So we're together with one man from southeast, from Rivers, that Rivers, called Oriki. He was one time Attorney General of Rivers State. And one Chief Alakija from Lagos. Alakija. And myself and one Morufai Ibrahim. So we are discussing. So Oriki said, look, this country is true. It's clear that we can't live together. We have to part. What do you say? And then Chief Alakija says, yes. So you see, every time is people from the north continue to rule us, and nobody wants to be ruled. Is it necessary that we keep Nigeria? There's Sierra Leone, small country. There's Liberia, small. Why should we have big country like this? And then they came to me. What is your opinion? I said, in my opinion, if it is possible, we have to join hands with Cameroon, Chad, and Niger, and Benin Republic, so that we will become stronger nation. In fact, if the whole West Africa will probably come back one country, I think it is better. You see, you know, however much you go on dividing yourselves, you still have division.
Yes.
You see, these people from southern part of this state, from central part of these people are dominated. Everywhere is human beings are like that. And there is no nation which contain only one linguistic group in the whole world. I was giving them examples. Look, China, the biggest nation in the whole world. They are still calling for unification with Taiwan Island. Why should we, small country like this, we're asking for division? If it is multiple languages is blessing. You know, multiple languages. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ يَتَعَارَفُوا إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. This creation of God is not, some people think that it is a problem, we have different languages. It's not a problem. If it is problem, it means you are saying that God has created a problem. It's the creation of God. And it's ayah. ومن آياته اختلاف ألسنتكم وألوانكم. It's part of his sign that you have different languages and different colors. It's signs of God. So, you know, call them for
division.
Yeah, but we have not called for division. Some people say, are you saying that you will? But who told you? Did you hear it from our mouths? Not from my mouth. I never said so. We are saying that we should go back to Islam. What is Islam? Islam is moral. Some people, do you mean that everybody will be Muslim? So who tell you so? When Islam was ruling the whole world, was the whole world Muslim? Even now, as we are living in a system which is not Islamic, are we not Muslim? So in the same Islamic system is a moral system. God has set ceiling and you don't break it. That's it. And I was here. I received a gathering of a guest of from pastors from different parts, and I was explaining to them. They said they are all at peace with that idea. And one of them was saying, anybody who says he has nothing to do with the religion, then he has nothing to do with me. You know.